Okay, so you find yourself broke, penniless in New York City. Well, the first thing I had to do is move back to Phoenix. I couldn't live at the Esplanade at 305 West End Avenue, where Arthur Schnabel's son, Karl Ulrich Schnabel, lived across from me, and Murray Pariah was living 2 floors down in 12R when he was in town. And my friend Phil Kaywin was living across from me, and William DeRosa across from him. All these music. It was like a conservatory at the Esplanade, you know. It was like they call LA Los Armenios because so many Armenians live in Hollywood. Well, we called it the Con, actually, is what we called it. CON, short for conservatory. Now, not to be confused with Oberlin Conservatory, which was also called the Con. And I went there and studied with John Perry for a year before we all moved to University of Texas at Austin. Beautiful city. Anyway, back to the story. What do you do? After all this celebrity that they're talking about, yeah, I was celebrated. I was the man on the white horse for a while. They don't tell you the one ingredient that could keep the hysteria going. That's all hysteria, what I just talked about before. Money. Plain and simple, greenbacks. If you do not have the money, you're going to have what they call 15 minutes of fame, or 15 minutes of sunlight, or your time in the sun, or whatever phrase they use. 15 minutes of fame is, for me, was like 6 seasons. So it's not really 15 minutes, it's much longer, but it's not very long. I mean, the dinosaurs lived millions of years ago, right? Is it trillions or billions or millions? I think millions. So in millions of years, we're talking 6 years, okay? Not good. Not a very long time. So I finally figured out that to really make it, you'd have to put together a limited partnership, like Tiger Woods did, or any number of these people. Musicians too, and I'm not going to name them. We're not going to get into name calling or name identification. You're going to have to deal with name association here. I figured out, and it was told to me, and I was lectured to, that I did not learn this in school, that I needed to find 20 people in my little black book, 20 benefactors, 20 angels, 20 whatever. I worked at it like crazy. I racked my brain, Phoenix, Arizona, where I grew up, Oberlin, this place, Ann Arbor, wherever I was, all the cities I played. And I could not raise the money. And that's what would have made the difference in my career and every career that falls by the wayside, is you do things, yes, you do these unique things. In my case, it was a combination of, it was a fantastic run. Winning the first prize of the 50th anniversary Naumburg competition, graduating to a PBS series, almost unheard of about 4 or 5 50-minute shows, varying repertoire, chamber music, solo, orchestra, everything. And then signing with RCA, doing The Rite of Spring, one thing after another, but you can't think of the next quick fix fast enough to keep the hysteria going. Did you hear what I said? You cannot think of the next quick fix fast enough before the train catches up with you and runs you over. The train being everybody else to take your place, no matter how phenomenal you are, who has the money. That's the lesson here, and you're not going to hear this very often. You have to have the money to sustain the hoopla. And if you don't have the hoopla, the money's not going to help. But if you have the hoopla, it doesn't matter either unless you have the money. And the social connections. I would put it this way. Money placed in the right hands goes a lot farther then you're being phenomenal. That's the best way I could put it.